It's one of my signature routines that I do a lot with a lot of my clients. Call this a torque routine, okay? It's challenging your body with both strength, mobility, and endurance if you're doing it back to back. I'm going to demonstrate all these exercises in a row for you. You can use this as just part of your demonstration video, and then you can follow your particular programming for reps and sets. So the first exercise, one of my favorites, is called the Turkish Get-Up. Strength, mobility, balance. It's just a fabulous exercise for your whole body. Starting on your back, you roll from your right shoulder onto your left shoulder to your elbow. So I've got this left leg straight the whole time. I like to externally rotate my left shoulder, look up. This proprioception you get from looking at the implement above your head is great for balance. Watch what my shoulders do here. Both of them externally rotate. From this position, I can balance really nicely all day long, really. I've just stacked my shoulders. I'm just balancing, almost resting. From here, I'll stiffen my core muscles, my spine, my hips. Come up to this position. From here, standing up. Back down, tilt, kick through, and reverse. Okay. Another way you can do this, another advanced way, is start from here, snatch, leg back, tilt, kick through, roll down, push, back, and stand. Turkish Get-Up. So good. Give it a try, but work on opening your shoulder. Use it as a mobility, stretch exercise, and then start working up to single reps with really heavy implement once you feel nice and stable. I love this exercise called Infinity Chop. Not sure if I made this up or not, but it's a fantastic one that I use to get my heart rate up in the middle of a torque routine. See how I stay on the balls of my feet and I rotate my hips to face one way, rotate my hips to face the other way. Start with a really light weight until you can get that pattern, that sweeping pattern. I like to focus on seeing how much I can move my back shoulder blade as I sweep up and chop down. Just to help me with my torso, my rib cage, and my shoulder mobility at the same time. I really try to get a lot of power from my hips when I drive, reaching almost maximum hip rotation here, and using the power from that hip to drive myself back across. An advanced exercise that I've grown to love, that I think is fantastic for spine mobility, hip mobility, and shoulder stability, is this bench press. You can combine it with a curl, but often I like to use this as a press exercise that utilizes your back muscles and opens and improves your posture at the same time as you're pressing, okay? What I start with and cue all my clients to do is bring this elbow to my rib cage and this elbow to my knee. Watch. From this position, looking up, externally rotating my hand as much as I can here, so my shoulders and chest are open. Press, stand, start again, okay? So bring your elbows to open your chest and squeeze your back muscles. Watch from this side. I'm using my back muscles more than I'm using my chest for sure. Okay? Give that a try, the bent press. You'll feel a stretch through your groin, stretch through your chest. And as your mobility gets better, you can get into some really great positions. I'll do this for 10 to 12 repetitions. Then I'll work my way down to doing single reps with a weight that's really challenging. But always trying to keep my posture, my chest really open, something I'm proud of that's going to improve my shoulder mobility while I'm getting stronger. When my upper body during a routine is getting thrashed, I know I've got to work in hip flexor exercises. They're a little bit boring for me personally. So I suggest doing hip flexor exercises combined with balance, mixed into your routine as part of your rest. It's just my strategy. So I'll do a hip flexor pull in the middle of an upper body routine, or to balance out a leg routine where I'm doing a lot of pushing. Since we're spending so much time sitting, hip flexors get short and weak. I think we need to strengthen them. This variation is also strengthening the standing hip, okay? And creating stability at the same time you're creating strength through your psoas, your hip flexors, TFL, and your rectus femoris. Great exercise for shoulder, spine, neck mobility, and hip mobility at the same time. I wrap this into my torque routines. Deep squat, a curl around one side, around and back, and then a stand. You can also do this from a lunge position, around, and up. Lots of variations. What I always try to focus on when I get into this deep squat is bringing the kettlebell or the Y-bell all the way down to my back, opening my elbows to the back of my body, and trying to open through my chest. This is a great one just to strengthen up your spine, improve your hip mobility, and the less mobility you have through your hips and your groin at this bottom position, the more challenging it will be to get around your head. So you're going to arrive after a set of these with more core tightening, better shoulder mobility, and hip mobility at the same time.